Jersey number 9, Yuji Kawage. And number 10, Kyosuke Maruyama. Number 14, Kyosuke Kashimoto. Starting libero is number 2, Ren Wakamatsu. Head coach is Mr. Kota Konichicha. Now calling on the starting lineup for Saints and Lattes Letran. At number 1, Vince Himzon. Wearing jersey number 2, John Derek Bautista. At number 3, Steven Santamaria. Number 4, Wayne Arano. Jersey number 7, Felix Bermido. Jersey number 16, Christopher Ambrosio. Their starting libero and their team captain, Rax Catrice. Head coach is Mr. Brian Esquivel. This is match number 74 of the semifinals between Maruichi Hyogo and Saints and Lattes Letran. Good luck to both teams.
Let's take a look at the starters for our Maruichi Hyogo team. And for SNL Letran as well, they are set to square off in our semifinals. Our second game already of this Saturday morning. Thank you for joining us for our coverage here on Pilipinas Live, on One Sports and One Sports Plus. Dip Dipianco alongside Noreen Go and Doreen Suay Baguio joining us on the sidelines as our courtside reporter. There's not a lot of things that we know about this Maruichi Hyogo team, Noreen. This is a young team composed of collegiate players.
Right.
As told to us by our courtside reporter, Doreen, they are from different schools. 6 schools in Japan, but they are in one club. And they're trying to showcase what they've got here in the Spikers turf.
And one thing we can expect, no? I mean, I'm sure both these teams didn't have ample time to scout the other. So they're in here today to play their game and hopefully improve, like the Maruichi, improve on yesterday's loss, and SNL as well.
I'm sure already after that game yesterday, marami na sila natutunan against a champion team, the Signal HC Spikers.
But I'd like to say for SNL, no, I'm sure, you know, that loss got to Santa Elena, they could have played better. We've seen them. We mentioned that at the top of our coverage. So you're hoping today they will forget and just learn from the loss yesterday.
Oh, Himzon was checked on that attack. Yellow shirts will try to score, but it sails out.
Yeah, we saw that he was directly beneath that ball, so he couldn't see the opponent's court, and he hit it wide. One thing they have to check, no, because you want to hit it through the blockers or touch the blockers, than hit it over.
2-1 in favor of Letran. With that serve, the attack picked up at the net, and a violation called. So that's 2 errors now for Kashimoto.
Yeah, no, Aranio, we have to say, he just, he wanted to do that. Case in point, he wanted that violation from Japan, so he was able to set it, touch the blockers. That was smart.
And service is out. So lead is cut down to 1. Green shirts will try to attack Himzon.
Oh, good save. Oh!
A miscue between 2 players of Maruichi on that second touch.
Yeah, that's Kashimoto and Iwakura. You don't see this often, the miscues in a Japanese team, but you did say a very young team, came from different schools, so the gelling, obviously, we will see through time.
Yeah.
So hopefully for them, the 4 games is enough for them to make adjustments.
Unlike, of course, the other teams that are in the semifinals, they've had the elimination round to already build on that chemistry. Bautista, his attack is long.
But especially for the collegiate squads like NU and SNL, we know I'm sure they've been training for years, so that's not a problem for them.
Himzon will be the one to serve here for SNL Letran. Maruichi will try to get a point, and that is just wide.
Well, obviously right now Maruichi is trying to elude the blockers. I think what they want to do is go back to basics. Try to hit, get it inside the court, hit it off the blockers. If you get blocked, work on your coverage. You don't want to be, playing intimidated volleyball.
That was a good dig. Chance once again for Maruichi. The setup there. And the attack trying to go down the line. And it's inside for Yuji Kawagoe.
Yeah, and I love that celebration. They deserve that. They worked hard for that point, been struggling with attacks. And we did mention the top of our coverage. They out-attack Signal, even if they lost in straight sets. So that's their strength they want to use today.
Good effort there by Maruichi. It's back with Letran. Bermido breaks the single block.
Again, props to Aranio. Great setting for him to create that opportunity for a one-on-one.
Comfortable 4-point lead so far for SNL Letran here in set number 1.
Actually, yeah, good start, no?
Kawagoe dug up by Catrice. Saved.
Oh, good
by
save.
Ambrosio, and now it's back with Maruichi. Back row attack. Doesn't work. Bermido gets it through, but
Good
kept alive by Maruichi. Bautista on the drop.
That's our best rally so far.
And that leads us to our first technical timeout. Letran up by 5.
Pagka overrule ball ang bola, huwag mo nang abutin, hayaan mo na sa likod. Nandiyan naman si Roxanne sa likod mo. Para atake ka na lang, hindi yung nagpapakahirap ka pa rumisig minsan.
You're still watching the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. The Maruichi Hyogo made their debut here in the Spikers Turf just yesterday, and Coach Kota Kunichika admits that the team is still in the process of adjusting to the Philippines and to the Spikers Turf brand of volleyball. For starters, they just came from 0 degree in Japan, kaya adjustment for them coming to the very hot temperature of Manila. Coach also shared that they were also quite surprised with the tall blockings they encountered yesterday versus Signal, something they don't really get to experience a lot in Japan. But Coach did say that it was a good experience for the team, and starting their stint with a loss only makes them more eager to do better starting here in this game versus Letran. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Doreen, for that report. Well, we've talked about it, how it's an adjustment for them. Hindi biro yun, yung weather. That's really a factor, especially if you're coming from 0 degrees and then lilipat ka dito. Obviously, a hotter weather, but they were able to respond after the technical timeout.
Yeah, I'm sure for others, okay, it's cold in field sports. No, for them coming from
Wala
0
pa.
degrees,
Wala pa
it's
yan.
hot.
It's a 5-point lead right now for SNL Letran. 9 serving 4. Short one picked up by Maruichi. The attack. And it drops for Kuroda.
Yeah, that's a better attack. You see, go for the court or go for the blockers. No? Don't try to go for too tough angles. So now they score.
Aranio sets up the play. Ooh.
Again, smart set by Aranio there. Bermido. And we're expecting now that Himzon is back in front to get a lot of the sets.
Bermido, after scoring, will head to the service line. They're up by 5. Make that 4 after that error.
Yeah, good read by Maruichi to let it go.
Maruichi hasn't really gotten their attacks just yet, but just within distance. Down by 4 points, they go to Ambrosio. That one is wide. Back-to-back points for Maruichi to cut the lead down to 3.
They're back in the set. If you're SNL Letran, you don't want that to happen because these are the errors from your end. You know, you gotta. And that was actually a pretty low set for Ambrosio.
Ooh, but unfortunately, a service error for Maruyama.
Coach, cool, calm, collected.
Yeah.
Oh, what
But
a
they're only down by 4. Oh, nice attack there. And it leads to that violation also for Letran.
Well, you like what you're seeing now, no more patient in terms of execution. Talk about Maruichi dropping the ball, just finding the holes in the defense of Letran.
Kuroda with a nice serve. Aranio sets up the play. Santa Maria.
Oh, again, Catrice. I mean, when I first covered him and watched him, I said he's such a good libero, and he's again perfect passing to lead to that combination.
Back up to a 4-point lead for SNL Letran as Ambrosio serves. That is outside the attack of Kawagoe.
Yeah, we saw that follow through, all arms, not too much risk there.
And Coach Kota Kunichika will call for time as they find themselves down by 5.
しっかりライン締めて、で中をかす。
アタックラインの付近のつなぎとか声かけたら多分ハイセットしっかり持っていけるボールがなんかちぐはぐになってるから、そこをまず持っていってちゃんと攻撃してきたらリズム出てくると思うから、ちょっと徐々に20までに追いついたら
ボールがある方に動かない。名前。
Timeout called by Maruichi Hyogo as the lead is back up to 5 for SNL Letran.
But they did make some sort of surge here in the first set, but this is a good rotation for Letran.
Maruyama sets up the play. And the look away from Nagano, and he scores.
Bautista was so funny. He got a hand at that, and then he wanted Himzon to follow through. Look at this.
He didn't even look at the ball anymore where it dropped. Aranio in the one-hand set. Kept alive by Maruichi. Back at the net. Smart play for Kawagoe.
You're right. Smart is the word because he was out of position, but he was able just to push it through the blockers. A lot of times it's better to be smart.
Yeah. Able to extend there. Aranio back sets. And Santa Maria will score.
Boy, these are the names that, you know, we're so used to mentioning for Letran, Santa Maria, Ambrosio, Bermito. These are the new names.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for them come their next competition.
Right.
After this stint here.
They were able to face different collegiate teams as well, club teams.
And they beat Perpetual,
Yeah.
who were the perennial champions of the NC. So
Yeah.
that's already a feat for them.
And that classic, we mentioned it a while ago at the top of the coverage, yung reverse sweep nila against Adamson, which propelled them to entering the semifinals. That was crucial.
They have matured and grown here in this tournament.
Oh, and Maruichi scores off the block. It's been Yuji Kawagoe.
Well, we can sense, slowly but surely, they're clawing their way back in this set.
Aranio tosses it to Bermido, picked up by the yellow shirts. The setup by Maruyama. Kawagoe again. Bautista on the cross court.
He asked for that, you know, after that reception, he asked for that, and he used quickness.
Yeah.
Look at that, the blockers weren't established, he hit it down. Smart hit.
3-point lead once again for SNL Letran. So the green shirts, Bautista again. Good save by Nagano. Kawagoe again on the attack.
That was smart. He had 3 blockers, but he knew who to challenge. Obviously, Aranio being the smaller one. Look at this. Just went over Aranio.
And you would expect after scoring 15 points in that last game against Signal na siya pa rin yung go-to and he's doing just that.
Right.
Oh, simple attack there for Bautista, but effective. That brings us to our second technical timeout.
Bakit ka mo? Pagka walang receive, automatic open. Ang taas-taas ng bola, hindi nyo matimingan. Bakit? Sa bola lang kayo nakatingin, hindi nyo tinitingnan kung papaluin ba o pache-checkin ng bola. Timingan nyo. Pagpapaluin na, saan nyo suklubin, ipasok nyo yung kamay nyo. Ikaw, bumabla ka, nakaganyan lang yung kamay mo. Di sa atin di papasok yan.
Watch the Spikers Turf live in HD and on demand via Pilipinas Live. Enjoy the action anytime, anywhere, and on any device. Download and subscribe now or watch via PilipinasLive.com. It's a 3-point lead for SNL Letran. Here in the opening set, Bautista is set to serve for Letran.
Well, I actually eavesdropped in the huddle of Letran. And it's nice what Coach Brian said, you know, lamang tayo, but doesn't end there. You have to, you know, increase your lead here.
Because you can see yung Maruichi lumalaban, eh, diba? They're right within distance. Maruyama on the set, back row attack, picked up by Letran. Their turn to attack from the back row, and it drops.
You know, these players from Letran, again, because I'm just so happy with the growth of this team. Everyone is ready from the pipe. It used to be just him, John, a little bit of Bautista. And now everyone is getting in on the action.
And so Aranio has the luxury of having those options.
Yes. And because they gained confidence also throughout this tournament.
Or the captain, Hinata Kuroda, gets a point.
Yeah, targeting the hands once again of Aranio.
Iwakura with a good serve. Bermido a bit low on that set. Here comes Maruichi. And again, Kuroda scores, this time off the block.
It looks like that's their game plan right now. Hit it off the blocker's hands, and you know they've been successful.
Coach Brian Esquivel looking on. His team only up by 2. And a chance here for Maruichi, a free ball. Maruyama goes to Ishiki, and now the lead is just down to 1.
Yeah, we did say, you know, they had the capability to come back, and now we have a set.
16 serving 17. Ambrosio trying to end the run, not yet. Here comes Maruichi, and another point for Kuroda, who ties the game at 17-all.
Yeah, they're just playing it smart, Dip. No? They're finding the weakness now in Letran's defense. Just placement, no? Not really full follow through.
That was a much-needed point for Letran.
Yeah, that stopped the bleeding there for them.
And Coach Brian talking to Aranio, the setter of Letran.
Well, you know, it was such a good start for Letran, only for them to let Maruichi back in the set.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's why he's calling the attention of Aranio.
And you can see the confidence of Maruichi in this game against Letran, building.
And again, just reading the defense of Letran. You know, they're just dropping, just putting the ball where they should.
18-all here in set number 1. Running attack, and it works for Himzon.
Well, he has to take over here for Letran. I mean, he is the #1 option, the go-to player, so he has to get more sets here in this rotation.
Maruyama sets up the play to the captain Kuroda, and there's another check.
Oh, they're hitting it off the high hand, we can see, no? Japan.
The question is, can they overtake and get the lead for the first time?
They do have the momentum.
And they do so with that service ace.
There's your answer. But we already know they do have the momentum here in this set.
And finally, Coach Brian Esquivel calls for time. His team down by 1 as we listen in.
Isenyas lang isenyas sa mga kasama mo. Hindi ka naman maintindihan ng kalaban mo. Diba? Tapos pagagalitan mo yung kasama pag hindi napalo yung binigay mong play. Di ba rin ako na magalit dito? Maglaro ka na lang dyan. Ha? Gawin mo muna ng tama yung mga dapat mong ginagawa dyan bago mo sitahin yung kasama mo.
Go ha.
Ha?
Sige, hindi tayo naiintindihan kahit ano sabihin natin, kuya. Sige, arriba! Arriba! Arriba!
This timeout is directed to Aranio.
Yeah.
You know what? The comic relief of that timeout is, he said, di naman naiintindihan ka ng kalaban mo, so just say it.
Yeah.
Huwag ka na mag-senyas-senyas.
It's a really great point. That was a good play there, but just not connecting. And you can see Aranio still frustrated.
Well, the set was pretty low for him, Zon.
21-19.
Oh, what a serve.
Good first ball by Bautista, though. Santa Maria dug up. And free ball given up. Aranio goes back to Santa Maria.
Yeah, that's a better execution for Letran, and you like that. I mean, coming off the timeout, an error, but then you make up, and it's just a one-point game.
'20 serving 21 here in set number 1. Ambrosio with the serve.
Oh.
Not the time to commit those errors, especially here at the last stretch.
Well, they need to shake it off. Talking about Letran.
Ishiki will serve. And down it goes. And Santa Maria has been keeping Letran alive here in this set.
Yeah, and you like the way Aranio is moving. You know, the blockers, he's going to the wing hitters right now, so the middle blocker just has to guess where he's going. So they've been getting one-on-one blocks.
21-22. Maruyama. Oh, and that attack of Iwakura goes through.
Well, Letran can't seem to find a decent block here because Maruichi just playing it smart.
And Letran will use up their final timeout.
Doon na naman tayo nag-i-error ng 7-0. Diba? Ang dami nating pagkakataong lamang sa kanila. Pero pinababayaan niya yung lamang niya. Diba? Ngayon, lamang sila. Tayo mo ang kumapit. Diba?
Kaya na.
Kasi masyado na kayo seryoso sa loob ng court. Hindi na kayo enjoy nyo lang. Tapos yung tao-tao, huwag ka munang pumunta ron. Dito muna. Kasi pagka nag-quick yan, nag-big quick, tulong ka muna. Ang layo mo na. Sa dulo ka kagad eh. Ha? O isang magandang pasa. Dalawa lang yan. Ha?
Arriba! Arriba! Arriba!
This time, Coach Brian talking about how the players are kind of stiff. No? Their body language inside the court, they're too serious.
Oh, well, that's exactly how they were when they played against NU yesterday. You know, they're too stiff, too serious. So, of course, you learned from the past. So, Coach Brian just telling them, you know, you can play better.
Yeah, let loose. They're only down by 1 here. Santa Maria will work from the service line. Here comes Maruichi.
Better coverage there for Letran.
And that one through for Bautista.
That's a huge point for Bautista. We are now tied.
And this time, it's Maruichi's turn to call for time.
綺麗にいかなくていいからしっかり1本サイドアウト勝負できるボールをちょっと全員でつないで勝負しましょう。
軽くいこう、軽く。
OK。
And timeout called by Maruichi Hyogo.
Your time, 23. At the service zone, right.
Both teams 2 points away from taking set number 1.
Well, if you're Japan, you work so hard to get in this set. You want the... Oh, that's a good one. That's a good response off their timeout.
Maruichi Hyogo now.
He has been silent at the latter part of set number 1, except until that point.
Eugene Nawan serving for Hyogo.
But that was a huge point for Maruichi. What a serve.
Rania will go to Bautista. It's back with Letran. We'll go back to Bautista again. Third try for the green shirts. Catrice to Bautista. Chance here for Maruichi. And it ends with a point from their captain, Hinata Kuroda. In comeback fashion as they were trailing at the start of this set and taking this one.
Yeah, what a finish by Maruichi. You know, it was a slow crawl, but they got the job done.
25-23 is the score as we bring you set number 2.
Hindi kami maka-focus ng laro, kasi nararattle kami lahat, ganun. Yung ginawa lang po namin, nag-usap-usap kami na ganito yung next namin na way para ma-overcome namin yung next na laro. Focus na lang kami sa next na game para makuha namin yung panalo. Ang sisipag nila sa court, ang nag-enjoy lang sila, ang liliksi nila. Yun din ang nakikita ko sa mga Japanese team. Nakapokus sila sa depensa, bumabawi sila sa opensa pagkatapos. Gagawin namin na ipakita namin na kaya naming bumawi sa pagkatalo namin kahapon.
Back here on Pilipinas Live, One Sports and One Sports Plus. Set 1 just finished. And Maruichi Hyogo able to come back from that set number 1 as we take a look at the highlights. What did we see there, Noreen? Ano yung tamang ginawa ng Maruichi? What were the adjustments that they did in order to come back from that set?
For me, the rally came when they were playing it smart, hitting it off the blockers. We saw a lot of block touches, plus the drop ball. So, you know, they were reading the defense of Letran, and after that, when they made that surge, Letran just froze.
Yeah.
Right? That's why Coach Brian had to call the timeout. A little bit, you know, of bright spots after that, but still, it was just that surge of Maruichi that they couldn't stop. Talking about Letran. So, obviously, for Letran here, you want a stronger start in the second set and continue until you win the set.
And we take a look at the numbers in that set number 1, and it was very close in terms of the categories.
It's just the attacks. You can see we did mention the coverage. The average errors of both teams is 6.
Yeah.
And they're living up to the expectation. But what you like about Maruichi, they use their strength. We said it. The attacking is their strength, and they use that.
We welcome you to set number 2 here on Pilipinas Live and One Sports. Dip Dipianco alongside Noreen Go and Doreen Suay Baguio, our courtside reporter. This is the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference Semifinals. 2-0 start for Letran as we take a look at the scorers for both teams. For Maruichi, it's Kawagade with 5 points, Kuroda with 4. We also have Ishiki with 2 and Iwakura with 1. For Letran, Santa Maria has been leading the way with 7. Bautista with 4, Himzon and Bermido with 2 points each.
And you know, if the focal point of your offense is Himzon and he only has 2 points, there's something, you know, there is a problem with your execution. So it's something they have to correct.
Himzon had 12 points in that game against NU. He and Santa Maria had the same output. That was a good serve chance here for Maruichi. Kawagoe. Back with Letran.
Better execution. That's what we're saying. Because, you know, if you run the middles, you know, you give more sets to Himzon. He can act also, we always say, as a decoy later on. You know, you have to run the middles. Very important to start your offense.
Oh, there's a rotation error on the side of Maruichi.
No, eagle eyes by our refs. Another good serve.
It's with Letran. Aranio tosses it. Outside. Oh. Oh, somebody touched it from the yellow shirts.
Yeah, I think that was Ishiki with that block touch. So pretty much similar to the first set. Letran with a strong start.
Yeah.
Now the question is, have you learned from that first set? Have you made your necessary adjustments? It looks good in terms of their blocking.
Oh, sent back by Letran, and it's now a 5-point lead.
No, but because you see, they're communicating better when it comes to their blocking, and they're really, you know, reaching forward to try to get the stuff blocks.
No blocks a while ago in set number 1 for both teams, but Letran getting those points, and Regalo.
Overpass, and you know, if Bautista or Himzon, even Santa Maria, we're at the net, they're going to take advantage of that. But yeah, credit the great serve.
Seven serving 1 lead continues to increase for Letran. And Maruichi able to stop that one courtesy of Kawagoe.
See the way he elevates, you know, he elevates in general. Kawagoe. Not the tallest, smaller than Santa Maria at the net.
Yeah.
But he can soar.
There was some hang time there as well. Himzon attacks and scores. And this brings us to our first technical timeout, 8-2.
Di mo ba naiintindihan nyo? Isigaw mo na yung play mo, hindi ka maintindihan ng kalaban mo. Bakit nahihiya kang isigaw yung play mo? Senyas ka na senyas.
Mongolian ka, Japanese yun.
Puro ka sit-sit, may pangalan yung mga kasama mo.
Pulawin pa natin.
Anim yan, ha?
Ito nga yung pagkakataon nyo na...
It's Maruichi versus Letran here in the Spikers Turf Semifinals. From a 24-point outing versus Perpetual, Bembem Bautista was held to only 8 points versus NU yesterday. At kwento ni Bembem, it's because he played with too much pressure in that game. Kwento niya, he had 2 finals exams before that game, kaya di siya nakapag-training, late na din nakauwi sa dorm, at medyo napagalitan ni coach. Kaya kahapon, takot na takot daw siyang magkamali sa laro. But coming into this game, it's all water under the bridge, and actually motivation ni Bembem na bumawi kay coach and to his team. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Doreen, for that report. Well, that's the life of a student athlete, right? You have to balance going to class, taking the finals, in the middle of also training
Yeah.
for your team.
But you like the stories, no, that they're still scared of their coach. No, because really, in every team, especially collegiate, you look to your coach as the father figure, or the mother figure for that matter.
Oh, you saw that attack from Yuji Hyogo, pumped up after scoring, coming off the technical timeout.
Well, he needs to lead his team, obviously.
Oh, there was a buzzer sounded as I think the server was supposed to be a different player for Maruichi.
So the one that served was number 15, right?
No, it was actually, yeah, the one who served was the scorer, Yuji Kawage, and then it was supposed to be someone else. So unfortunate for Maruichi.
Well, 2 errors already, no? The positional fault and then the wrong server.
Battle at the net. Kept alive, but there's a violation for Letran.
Coach Brian is going to be furious with that error because seriously, Aranio had no business interfering with Bautista there. You can see that could have been a point for Letran.
It's a 5-point lead for SNL Letran. Good serve. Aranio, combination, picked up by Kawage. Scrambling for the ball. Aranio will attack and score.
Making up for that previous net error. And you know what you like about that attack is he's showing Maruichi that I am a threat also.
Yeah.
I may not be the tallest, but I can score.
10-4. That one too strong for Kuroda. And they will challenge.
There's a challenge on the call by Maruichi Hyogo.
Asking for a block touch.
Challenge category number 2.
Well, I'm looking at the players from Letran. They're saying they didn't touch that, so we will see.
We'll see if this challenge will prove to be successful. It's the first one for Maruichi. The coach Kota Konichika was sure, wanted to take that challenge.
I'm looking at the players of Maruichi. They're talking to the linesmen. Lengthy conversation, though.
Parang nagpapaturo siguro ng Tagalog. Coach Kota even going to the bench. I don't think he's used anyone yet off the bench, no, for his team. Sticking with the starters.
Yeah. None. Yeah, none. And, you know, from that hit, it looked flat.
Yeah.
You know, that ball was really flat, but it was close. I mean, good challenge. I mean, in hindsight, not so good, but...
And it's now a 7-point lead for SNL Letran. 11 serving 4. Bautista serves. Back row attack picked up. Aranio chases. The bump. The drop. Read by Maruichi. Here comes Kuroda. But a violation by Kuroda.
They call a net violation. Well, hopefully we can see that to validate that call.
A lead has ballooned to 8.
Good serve.
Middle attack.
Well, one of the rare times we see the set to the middle, and that proved to be successful.
Iwakura with a serve. Here comes Letran. Way out.
Yeah, pretty similar to that attack by Japan. Pretty flat hit by Ambrosio there.
Substitution, Saints and Lattes. 16 now, 18, Vicente.
A change here for Letran as Vicente checks in for Ambrosio.
Pura for the serve.
Letran still up by 6. Aranio sets up the play.
From the middle, Garbino.
Coach Cota getting in on the action.
Bermudo will serve. And set back.
Hands on, with a block.
Yeah, I mean, we did notice now the adjustments in terms of blocking for Letran, and yet another kill block.
A timeout called by Maruichi as they're down big in set number 2.
チョコバ使ってるわけじゃないけど、チョコマカしてるやつを多分展開早くして自分らで攻撃しきれてないだけなんですよ。ファーストボールだけしっかり投げて、でコンビ組むやつ組んで。置いてみろ。
Timeout called by Maruichi. SNL Letran up by 8 points here in set number 2.
Well, that's a good timeout. Obviously, they needed, to make necessary changes here in set 2, especially after they won set 1.
Kept alive by the green shirts. Free ball given up.
Oh, better floor defense for Letran.
And Himzon has been on fire here in set number 2.
Well, you can see they're using their quickness. That has been the disadvantage of Maruichi so far. If they're going to the fast plays, they can't seem to get a hand on that.
But Japan changing things up with their setter Kobatake coming off the bench. And the point for Ochi. So Maruichi now going to their bench players.
Well, it's good that they remember they can score with the drops. They did that in the first set. That's why they came back from also a huge deficit.
Aranio back sets. Vicente is blocked.
That was Ishiki getting a hand at that. Now we're seeing blocking for both these teams. Perfect block.
Himzon again. Kept alive. Oh.
Himzon slides and scores.
The Spiker Surf Invitational Conference semifinals so far, and where the teams are at right now.
Oh yeah, we did mention at the top of our coverage, Signal looking good, looking like they want to win the championship with 2-0. And we did say it's a single round robin, so they have to win their remaining games, especially Maruichi and Letran, because they lost yesterday.
Set 2 continues. And an easy point for Himzon.
Himzon waxing hot here in the second set, and we did say he needs to take charge, and he is rising to the occasion.
Nine-point lead for SNL Letran. Aranio, the setter, will serve. It's back with the yellow shirts. They go open. Third try for Maruichi. Kobatake with a set. And the point for Harada.
Well, the blockers were there, but we saw the gap in Himzon's block, and that's all he needed. Look at that small gap there.
They go to Vicente, picked up by Maruichi. And violation for Maruichi.
Santa Maria had to scramble to get to that position, and it paid off. Yeah, that violation. Saw that. Oh.
Good defense by Letran. Himzon with a set, and then the attack by Santa Maria.
It wasn't just a set, it was a jump set. He wanted to show that I can set as well in the style or in similar fashion as Aranio. That looked good, huh?
Combination does not work. It's sent back by Letran. And it's now an 11-point lead.
Well, Himzon is really giving Japan nightmares here in the second set. And when you see that reaction, that's the confidence.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good sign for Letran.
That was what was lacking in set number 1, diba?
Yeah.
You like the attitude of this Japan team. Despite being down every point, they celebrated.
Yeah. Very, very Japanese,
Yeah.
actually, in volleyball. Good pass.
To Himzon. Oh, that's going to be a violation. Lifting called.
Violation.
Well, he had a lot of things on his mind. talking about Himzon there. Oh, that's a good serve.
Santa Maria of the hand.
Santa Maria scores to bring the lead back up to 10.
Well, better set in terms of strong start and continuing, their good play for Letran here in the second set.
21-11. And the point by Bautista.
So Maruichi couldn't do anything but scratch their heads there. I mean, they tried to keep it alive, but Bautista was just all over that.
Himzon now with 10 points. And that's inside. Add that to his total.
Make it 11. And it's not just attacks. So now we did see a service ace, but this blocking, really all around performance for Himzon.
Oh, nice attack for Kawage.
Is the bright spot for Maruichi.
Kobatake with a service error. And now SNL Letran at set point.
Good serve.
Kawage again.
Oh.
Good dig by Catrice. We go back to Kawage. Good dig again. Letran showing excellent floor defense. Not until that point.
Third time's a charm, and he gives Vicente a body shot there. Ooh. Love his attitude.
Yeah. May pa-fist pump parate.
Oh.
Chance here for Letran. Aranio. The running attack. And Bautista and set number 2. With a convincing win over Maruichi Hyogo to tie this one up 1 set apiece as we take a look at that last play.
Yeah, Bautista with that slide there. So good sign, good set for Letran.
We'll be back with set number 3 here on Pilipinas Live. Back inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig for the continuation of the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference Semifinals. Set number 2 just finished, and Letran with a convincing set 2 win over Maruichi. Did they change anything, or is this the usual game of Letran showing up in set number 2?
I think it's the latter, because we saw how they started the first set, and then Maruichi came, then they were like dumbfounded at that time. But in the second set, they proved that, okay, this is our brand of volleyball. And they never let Maruichi near Letran in the second set. And yeah, I mean, Letran looking good in all facets of the game.
And you saw the highlights right there. Let's take a look at the numbers in that set 2.
Yeah, you can see all categories favoring Letran, and they even just had 3 errors. That's a huge drop, that's double. They only have 3 errors and 6 in the first set. So it was a pretty good set we can see for Letran, and you're hoping again to continue here in the third set.
We welcome you all to set number 3 between Maruichi Hyogo and SNL Letran. Dip Dipianco with Naringo and Doreen Soy Baguio as our courtside reporter. Letran has started off each set the same way, getting the first point.
Yeah. And Himzon again, continuing from his hot second set.
That one sailing out though for Aranio.
Remember, they only committed 3 errors in set number 2, and here at 1, they already had 1 error. Oh!
And Kawage scoring once again for Japan.
Oh, what Himzon is for Letran. Kawage is
Yeah.
for Maruichi.
Santa Maria will score off the block.
Yeah, just smart. You know, just directing the ball off the outer hands of this Japanese block. Look at this.
Mr. Rojo, serving for Letran.
2-all here in set number 3. That was way flat for Ambrosio.
Well, 2 errors already. And some numbers here. Kawagoe, 12 points, 11 attacks, and 1 ace. I mean, doing everything pretty much.
Bautista, combination play.
Solid attack from Bautista.
Well, speaking of Bautista, he has 9 points next to Santa Maria's 10 and Himzon's 11. And we did say, you know, the leading scorer, Kawagoe, for Maruichi.
Oh, sent back. Ricocheted off of Iwakura.
Defense on the net.
Boy, the blocking, huh? The blocking working for Letran. And it wasn't Himzon, mind you.
Oh, Bautista getting a touch on that. It's back with Maruichi. And then the point there for Kuroda.
Yeah, that's what they want, you know, for Maruichi. You don't want Letran to pull away early in the set. You have to keep it close and try to frustrate this Letran squad.
Yung set 2 kasi maagang lumayo.
Oo.
Letran.
Oh!
And again, Maruichi takes the lead.
Boy, blocking working again for both these teams right now.
This was something that wasn't present for both teams in set number 1.
Yeah, 0 blocks each. Oh, good pass.
Bermido.
Oh, again, Catrice. It was just an excellent pass for that setup. Again, you didn't even have to move too much. Good serve.
Bit too low there, but it's back with Maruichi, the runner. One hand set, the push by Bermido. Back with the yellow shirts, and it drops for Kawage.
Yeah, I think that's a good challenge. It looked like a foot fault, at least from our angle.
There's a challenge on the call by Saints and Lattes. Foot fault. Challenge for player number 5. Foot fault.
Well, let's see if Kawage stepped on the line.
Well, from our vantage point, it looked like he did step on the line. But normally, if you're a player and then you're hitting from the back row, if you step on the line, for some reason, your hit will change because you know, okay, I committed an error.
This is an important game for SNL Letran. You mentioned they are number 3 in the standings after that win by NU a while ago.
Yeah, slightly, but
Yeah.
yes, good challenge.
That was so close.
Just a little, no? No, I think for the teams that have absorbed their first loss, like SNL and even NU, you want to forget about that and just focus on, you know, at least getting a shot at a podium finish.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel Signal is right now unreachable. So they're going to, because I think they're going to play SNL and Quinto
Yeah.
left, no? Collegiate teams. Oh!
Back row attack. Kuroda.
We know that the top 2 teams will square off for the gold, and then 3 and 4 will face each other for battle for 3rd.
It's also important to get a podium finish than none at all, right?
Bautista.
Bautista with a runner. 7-6.
Was pleased with that set, safe to say.
I love the flair after that. There you go.
Middle attack picked up by Aranio. Catrice will bump it to Ambrosio. And sent back.
2 hits.
Well, again, blocking now working. And this is where you will, I'm sure Coach Brian will talk to Aranio and say you have to distribute it, make the blockers move. So use your wing hitters, especially if Himzon is at the back.
Yeah, Vicente checks back in to replace Ambrosio.
Bermuda will take that.
And that brings us to our first technical timeout. Letran up by 1.
You're still watching the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference Semifinals. Deep in the arena, it's 20-year-old Yuji Kawagoe's very first time leaving Japan, and he shared that the past 3 days here in the Philippines has been nothing short of wonderful. He has been loving the food, the volleyball community, and even the challenge of getting blocked by taller Filipino players. Yuji admitted that yesterday he was quite nervous. It is his first international stint after all, but today he's fully intent to surpass another milestone and get their first win of the conference. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Doreen, for that report. Well, you like the mindset of Yuji Kawage. Na-excite siya, no, pag nabablock din siya ng mga nakakalaban niya. And because he knows that these are veteran players in the country, guys that have had international experience, unlike them na first time nila to.
And you see the different outlooks really of athletes and what challenges them, what frustrates them. And in this case, he likes to get challenged.
Yeah.
It eggs him on more.
And Kawage scores off the block.
He has been the focal point really of the offense of Maruichi. So you're expecting Letran to already have adjusted to that thought or that notion.
Aranio goes to Himzon. Sharp attack.
You see that snap, no? That snap of that wrist.
The flick of the wrist.
The flick, the snap. Ooh. Ooh.
Good serve, Kawage able to save it. Free ball given up to Letran. Catrice, Aranio sets up to Himzon.
Yeah, he's feeling it. And when Himzon gives that face, the one I'm standing, that confident face, I mean, it's bad news for his opponents.
And Maruichi Hyogo calls for time.
セッターのサーブの時毎回ブレイクされてるから乱されてもいいから次しっかり勝負できるし勝負しよう勝負あこれ打ち切れじゃあライターからさあおはよう
3-point lead for SNL Letran here in set number 3. And a timeout called by Maruichi Hyogo. Setter Aranio now with 15 excellent sets. With the help of the net.
Yep.
Catrice able to get a touch, but point goes to Kuroda.
Well, again, for Maruichi, they're doing a better job here in the third set. It's just a 2-point game. And we saw in the first set, if they're able to keep it close, you know, they can even snatch this third
Yeah.
set.
They did that in set number 1. But not with services like that.
But we know the attitude. He's going to get popped because of those errors. Very common connection as coach.
12-9. Oh, again.
That's a great set. You can see that one-on-one. Look at this set. You can see the individual talent also of Maruichi. And if the sets will enable them to show it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the service errors hurting them here in set number 3.
Back to back.
Tim Zon will be the one to serve.
He had an ace in the second set.
And he's already surpassed his output from last game against NU. There's a check.
There was a ball touch. Point for Maruichi.
They can't hide it. Bautista's just so transparent. After that ball went out, he looked, and then he's like, you can read his eyes.
Because he knows that the Japanese team are like that as well.
Yeah.
Diba? Ganun sila eh.
Yeah.
Oh, may kasamang beaten pa dun for Harada.
Well, they've been successful with those kinds of hits, those kinds of attacks. Sabi mo nga, the beaten, no?
Short service and they had to extend. And Bermido scores.
Center attack. 14-12.
But it's just a 2-point lead still for Letran.
Serving for Letran. Right.
SNL Letran with a serve, 14-12. Kobatake with a back set to Kuroda, but it sails out. And lead is up to 3.
15-12.
Yeah, again, the follow through. It's too long. We saw that, a flat hit.
Yeah. Santa Maria serving for Letran. He's also got 12 points. Sent back. And the blocking continues to work for SNL Letran. And they send us to the second technical timeout. They're up by 4.
Negative man yung result ng game, pero siguro ngayon namin ipapakita ulit na mas eager kaming manalo ngayon. Kailangan talaga pagpasok ko ng court, yung mind ko is makagain agad ng point and makakontribute sa team. So mahalaga yun maduplicate ngayon kasi which is na invitational conference nga ngayon may guest team. Gusto kong bigyan sila ng magandang laban and pang-international din yung game namin.
Action continues. Letran up by 4. You heard Vicente on his thoughts in this invitational semis. They're showing a good fight against Maruichi. But the same thing goes for our guest team, who managed to even snatch a set number 1 a while ago.
Yeah. But great response by Letran after that.
A lot of weapons here for Letran. Everyone really contributing for them. As we see Mozy Ravena,
Tournament director. And Eleanor de la Peña. Well, 10-point lead. I mean, if we base it on the first set, you can never count this team from Maruichi out.
Back with Letran. Vicente goes up. Dug up by Iwakura. The approach by Kawage.
And the celebration.
You have to like how he really approaches each point with the same energy.
Yeah.
Iniintay niyang mahawa yung buong team. Good save. Oh, but it's not through because it went on the side of the antenna.
Yeah, but great effort. You love the effort, you know, sacrificing their bodies just to keep the ball in play.
Felix Bermudo serving for Letran.
18 serving 15 here in set number 3. Outside for Bermudo.
16, 18.
Well, that has been their weakness, you know, the consistency of their serves. One thing they want to learn from, no? Going into their NCAA tournament.
Himzon. Chance here for Maruichi. And again, Kawage.
They're taking advantage of this rotation because you have Aranyo as the blocker. He's just hitting it off the hands.
Just a 1-point lead for Letran. Himzon ups it back to 2.
Again, using the quickness to their advantage. But they needed that point.
Yeah. The set to Kuroda. Oh, you have to credit Kobataki as well, coming off the bench, doing a good job of setting for Maruichi.
Boy, this is an interesting set. 1-point game.
15 points now for the man serving. Aranyo to Himzon.
Well, if you need a point,
Yeah,
you go to
I
Himzon.
was about to say.
Let's see, it's just so fast. The blockers didn't even react.
20 serving 18. This is Vicente on deck. Kobatake with a set to Kuroda. A bit short. High up. But underneath the ball was Harada. But Maruichi will call for a challenge, asking for a net touch.
The net looked like it did move.
So let's see if this will be successful for Maruichi Hyogo. They've been unsuccessful on their tries on the challenge.
Coach, I'm looking at Coach Brian really giving the kids a piece of his mind because he said, taas ng bola, ganyan kayo mag-block. May chance pa that they'll touch the net. Ooh.
Parang gumagalaw na siya before.
So it was the ball. I don't know. It looked like it was moving.
Yeah. It was already moving prior to that, so no net touch.
Unsuccessful. Point serve for Saints and Lattes.
Parang he doesn't know how to get mad.
I know. Parang he respects the call
Serving center.
with that nod of approval. It's now with Maruichi. And a point for Harada.
19-21.
Well, they needed that. Talking about Maruichi.
Subs coming in for their team as Ochi will replace Ishiki.
Serving.
For serving duties here. They're down by 2. Combination to Bautista.
Combination play.
Oh, obviously, they don't want to give this set up. Bautista with a bomb there. That's a great set, no? Great set. Great play for Letran.
Kim Zon with the serve. Maruichi trying to do the same. And off the block.
Yeah, good effort though on the part of Bermuda.
Serving team captain, Hinata Kuroda.
Oh, serve.
Overreach.
Bridging over the net.
Yep.
But when you look, actually, I think there's a gray area there. When you look at that ball, it was already on the side
Yeah.
of Maruichi.
So Harada contributing a couple of points in this part of the set. They're not yet out here, only down by 2.
This is a 2-point game. And look who's in front, number 9. Oh!
But Bermudo puts SNL Letran at set point.
And if you're Letran, you have to at least 90%. They will go to Kawagi.
Yeah.
Oh, no!
1% of the time, Matake will do the 1-2 play.
That looked good. That's the first time he did that.
Yeah. And he's got the length for it.
Yeah.
Patawag ng timeout si Coach Brian Esquivel.
Ha? Hindi mo na kailangang pahirapan sarili mo. Pag walang pasa, dos lang ang papaluin mo.
Hindi, bakla.
Baka na ba? O ikaw, dos lang ang papaluin mo. Huwag mo idudulo kasi nakasistema sila sa dulo.
Okay, coach.
Ha? O, isang maganda pasa muna. Felix, tuloy ka. Ha?
Arriba! Arriba! Arriba!
Endgame tayo, endgame.
Substitution, Maruichi.
SNL Letran trying to end set number 3. Maruichi Hyogo not going down without a fight. Aranio bumps it to Vicente. It's inside and lead is down to 1.
Well, you saw that Maruichi had 3 blockers. They read that play. 3 blockers. Oh, receive.
Would have been an easy catch there for Maruichi, but nagkahiyaan.
That was a lucky break for Letran.
Parang napanood lahat eh.
Yeah, oh.
Everyone caught flat-footed. 3 of them could have gone for that.
Look at the reaction. They're just so gutted.
That one goes to SNL Letran. They're now up 2 sets. on Pilipinas Live, One Sports, and One Sports Plus. Let's take a look at the set 3 highlights. But Noreen, Maruichi again knocking on the door in set number 3. Almost had that comeback again, but SNL Letran just had enough in that set to get that win.
Yeah, obviously it's a pretty much a better set for Maruichi. They're using their attacks to their advantage, and if they're able to like spread out the sets also, that's where they're more successful. And you will see some numbers in terms of attacks. We said at the top of the coverage that is their strength, no? Maruichi. I think that 9 in set 2, no? And then they improved on that in set 3. So that's why it was a pretty close set. Errors again, up to average ang Maruichi with 6, right? 6, 6, 6. But yeah, you like it for Letran. Again, just 3 errors on their part.
Right, so again, pareho sa atake. Just like set number 1, they were tied. Maruichi was up by 2 there, pero yung errors, halos pareho, dikit talaga yung laban natin. Except for set 2, yun yung lumayo yung Letran.
Yeah, and you remember, no, the start of set number 3, there were already 2 service errors on the side of Letran.
Yeah.
But still, after that, all the way to 25, they only had 1 more error. So, great job by Letran to check their errors.
And in terms of service errors, both teams having 7 apiece. That was a nice set.
Yeah.
Nice looking set by Kobatake to Kawage.
Oh, what a serve.
Chance here for Maruichi.
And Coach Kota, very happy with that. Some reaction on his part. I saw him clapping and smiling.
This is the first time that they have the lead early in the set.
And if they can use their advantage, increase in their attacks, maybe they can pull this 4th set.
Kawage will be the one to serve.
Service, Kawage.
Oh, that one outside.
But I was looking at, did you see Coach Kota? Hey, that was a service error, but you know, he was pleased with Kawage's stint at the service area.
Kobatake one-hand set. The adjustment picked up by Catrice. Aranyo to him zone.
Yeah, they can't. That's where Maruichi's getting or having problems. So they can't seem to read these quick attacks, the B quicks by him zone. They can't get a block at him zone.
Kobatake upset. Uy, nalunod.
Miscue. But even with that, you see they're just smiling and, you know, discussing what they need to change. You don't see, you know, the frustrated look or the angry look.
Vicente for the serve.
Vicente serves 4-3. Kobatake back sets. Kuroda drops it.
Kuroda. 4-all.
Again, that's great setting, spreading the blockers.
Coach Kota Konichiga continues to shuffle his players. It's back with the yellow shirts. Kobatake upset.
Oh!
Roofed was Harada.
Yeah, I think that was him zone with another stuffed block there. Really doing everything for Letran.
At the service.
They go middle and it works.
Barely, but they were able to push it through and push it across. Thanks to the net as well. Oh, another good serve.
Free ball given up to Maruichi. And that's a point for Harada.
And you love the celebration. Everybody cheering for Maruichi. Too strong. Well, it is a close set. You did say best start so far
Yeah,
for the Japanese.
6-all here in set number 4. The bump, Kuroda waiting for the right time.
That was a beauty. Not much back row attack, but that proved to be successful. Oh. It's one thing they have to learn to control. You know, obviously they're at a high with that the number of points here, but then they bring it to the service area. That's why they hit it strong. Adrenaline setting in. Ooh.
Oh, that's the second time it's
Yeah.
happened.
Coach Kota is trying to clear it.
Oh, that leads to our first technical timeout. Letran up by 1.
Conference semifinals. Dip in the ring, it may not look like it with the way he's playing here, but Vince Himzon is still not 100% here in the semifinals after suffering a right ankle sprain versus the Camstars in the quarterfinals. Kwento ni Vince, hindi pa rin siya tumigil sa pag-iensayo kasi natatakot siya na kapag tumigil siya, mawawala siya sa kondisyon. The pain is still there every time he lands from an attack or a block, pero sabi ni Vince, inaalalayan niya na lang as he says that he doesn't want to waste the opportunity for the team to have a deeper run this conference. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Doreen, for that report. Well, it really doesn't seem like he's not 100% with the way he's playing.
Exactly. You know, I mean, that goes to show his dedication, no? The passion for the sport.
2-point lead. Aranio back sets to Vicente. And Vicente scores off the block.
Yeah, smart hit. Hitting it off the blockers. Easy point. Again, a point is a point.
And timeout will be called by Maruichi.
ブロッカーちょっとこっち意識させてからの
前に前だときついな。2枚張り付いてくるから。前に前だときつい。張り付いてくるもん。
名前名前
あ、後ろ走ってる。そういうこと。ああ、そういうことか。もうええわ。クロス。もうええわ。
Timeout called by Maruichi as they find themselves down by 3 here in set number 4.
Well, they have to be careful, you know, not to let Letran pull away, which was a trend.
Yeah.
Oh, good dig. Oh!
Aranio wanted to get into that mix, but Bautista.
Remember there was a net violation earlier because the ball was near. It was exactly the same thing. Aranio had no business being at the net. So.
Ang ginagawa mo dyan, sabi ni Bautista.
Oh!
Well, Kawagi has really been showing what he's got in this match.
That was, look how deep that was. Yeah, hitting it off Vicente there.
Seeing action for the first time is Kobayashi for Maruichi, and
Oh, 2 straight points for Maruichi here.
good short serve. Vicente. Pick up there. Kobatake goes to Kawage, but no touch.
Well, he looked at Kobayashi there, number 13, and Kobayashi just nodded. I think asking, did they touch the ball?
They go middle. Sent back. Kawage. And again, blocked by Letran.
Yeah, this time it was Vicente. Got a hand at that. You know, you like the substitution. Bring in Vicente in, I think, set number 2, right? They put him in.
Kobatake goes to Kawage, and down it goes.
You can see he's a smart player, no? He sees his blockers. You have him zone, but he's able to find that deep angle. Look at that.
And that one a point for him zone. 4-point lead now for Letran.
Yeah, for me, better challenge on the side of Maruichi. 3 blockers on him zone. It was just, he's really good. But you like that. You see that they're responding right now. Oh, good pass.
Kobatake back sets. And down the line for Kawage.
Oh, I think there's a collision. I can see him zone. He's trying to stretch his ankle again. Ooh.
3-point for Letran.
Another service error for Maruichi. Second from Kawage this set. And 5 now for Maruichi in set number 4.
Oh.
5 free points given up. So they would have had the lead, no?
Yeah.
Possibly have the lead if not for those errors.
Well, one thing that when you look at the numbers after the game, you know, then you realize, this is what we should do.
Yeah.
What we should correct.
Oh, back-to-back points for Maruichi. And they're continuing to serve courtesy of Kobayashi.
Well, they need a tough serve right now.
It's back with the side of the green shirts. Picked up by Kawage. Here comes Harada.
Oh!
And sent back. As we get to our second technical timeout, Letran up by 3.
Yung playmaking ko po, kailangan po mas lalong higitan. Isa po yun sa magiging strength namin para manalo po kami ngayon. Yung setter po nila, sobrang galing niya po magbato ng bola, mag-distribute ng bola. Kahit na ako po namangha sa kanya. Then yung floor defense niya din po talaga sobrang impressive din. Sa loss po namin kahapon, nag-reflect lang po kami, ganun. Tapos sobrang handang-handa po kami ngayon na ipakita po kung ano pong kaya namin gawin.
Action resumes. Rally ongoing here. Letran up by 3. It's now with Maruichi. They go to Kuroda. And that drops.
Another point for Maruichi, but you love the effort though by SNL. Trying to scramble for that. Oh! Well, really, the service errors gotta hurt Maruichi's cause here.
6 service errors now in set number 4, and a total of 11 errors on their part.
And you did the math. They
Yeah.
could have been leading here in the 4th set.
And they did a good job of limiting their errors the past couple of sets.
Oh!
What a time for it to come. Oh! Almost saved.
Well, great response by Letran though, serving well, serving tough. Two straight points.
If you look at the attack points, Noreen, Maruichi is dominating set number 4.
And yet they find themselves down, like we said, because of the errors.
11 for Maruichi, only 4 attack points so far for Letran. But does not matter as long as they're leading here.
You like him on your team, no?
Yeah.
You have a team. You like him on your team. Like, every point is precious.
Energy is contagious. Chance here once again for Maruichi. And Kawage continues to deliver.
Well, it's a Kawage show here in the 4th set, and it's just a 1-point game.
Aranio bumps it. Bautista sent back. They go back to Bembem. Chance here for Maruichi. Kawage goes up on the drop. Changing things up when he was showing a lot of power a while ago.
Oh, this is what Coach Brian likes to stress, end game. You know, it's 18 all. How are you gonna close this?
Oh, the dive, not enough for Harada.
Well, again, what you like with Maruichi is really they're adjusting it. They're getting better defense. They're getting a hand on those quick attacks. At least you're seeing the improvement.
Yeah. 19-18. Kobatake goes middle.
Well, they don't go to that a lot in this match.
That was Iwakura.
That was pretty. Tit for tat.
Yeah.
And you know, if you're Maruichi, you can see him zones in front. If you can get a stop, you know, maybe a 1 or 2 blocks on him.
Combination to Kawage again. And he is single-handedly bringing his team back to life here.
Yeah, great set, 1-on-1.
15 points in the game against Signal.
Oh, good pass. Oh, chance.
Kawage again goes up. Picked up by Catrice. Aranio to Himzon.
Well, Himzon, what a time for him to reach the front. Much needed point for Letran.
Himzon now with 21 points. Aranio with a serve. The back set to Kawage.
Oh! That's a painful one.
And timeout will be called by Maruichi Hyogo, who are down by 2.
セッター戦の時はもうストレート上から攻めて当たっても大丈夫かキャッチゆっくりでいいけんサイドアウトまず1点との1点なんで誰か抜いて顔が今いい感じでしたよねこれで決めたらいやこれで勝ちはヒーロー負けたらヒーローじゃないそれは一発サイドアウトサイドアウト渋い
Action continues. Letran up by 2 points. In a tightly contested set number 4. Kobatake goes to Kuroda.
Good stop.
Vicente.
Oh. Well, that was huge for Vicente there.
3-point lead for Letran. 2 points away from winning the match.
Another good serve.
Kawagi will be the one to set this up. Ooh. Unfortunate for Maruichi because that's 4 or 3 straight points.
Well, we have to credit Aranyo. Good serving, really giving problems to the passing of Japan.
Letran now at match point. Kobatake goes to Kawage. Chance here for Letran. For the finish, and a facial by Santa Maria, who apologizes for that hit. But there's going to be a challenge shown. Not so fast, says Coach Kota Konichika.
He doesn't want this game to end yet. Not just yet.
And you never know what can happen if this proves to be successful. Net touch is what they're asking for. Sabi ko yung kulang yung music eh, diba?
Yeah.
Parang
Dun, 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 dun.
baka makapiright tayo. 4-point lead right now for Letran. If this is successful, it goes down to 3. Net touch. Oh, nothing there.
Nothing there, yeah.
Malayo. Oh, they just wanted to challenge that one and see. Take their chances.
That's that. That's that.
And SNL Letran will take this one in 4 sets. So they improve their record to 2 wins and 1 loss. Meanwhile, Maruichi Hyogo will drop down to 0 and 2.
Yeah, what an effort. You know, we have to say Letran, it wasn't perfect. We saw some struggles, especially in the first set. But you like the way they responded in set 2. Challenged once again in 3 and 4. But again, Coach Brian said end game. And they proved that they can close out matches.
You see the final scores on your screens. SNL Letran winning in 4 sets. And Maruichi will look to get their first win of the conference in the next game day. But you see how
Back in the win column and still very much in the running for the Spikers Turf title is the Saints and Lattes Letran after winning over the Maruichi Hyogo here in the semifinals. And I'm here with the best player of the game, Vince Himzon. Vince, congratulations on the win. Kanina napag-usapan natin na first time mo na may makalaban na foreign team. Kamusta yung buong experience going up against a team like Maruichi?
Masaya. Siyempre, yung nakalaban namin yung may natutunan din kami kahit basta may natutunan kami.
Okay, Vince, ito yung pangatlong straight game ninyo in 3 days. Tapos ikaw, may iniinda ka pang right ankle sprain. Ano yung nagpa-power through sa'yo at that made way to this performance kahit na may iniinda ka?
Ayun lang. Pinaghandaan ko talaga to kahit may iniinda ko. Basta, ayun, tuloy-tuloy lang. Walang laban na to.
Any greetings, Vince? Sino gusto mong pasalamatan?
Nagpapasalamat po ako kay Ma'am Kat, kay Boss Gio, at shoutout sa pamilya ko, sa girlfriend ko, kay Andrea Perez. Ayun, tsaka sa lahat ng sumusuporta. Thank you po.
Inspired naman pala. Thank you and congratulations, Vince, and to the Saints and Lattes Letran. Excited kami na makita kung ano ang mga susunod yung gagawin here in the semifinal series. But for now, we send it over to you, Doreen.
Thank you, Doreen. And there you have it, Vince Himzon is him. He is our player of the game for this one, and effortless despite what he is feeling, Doreen, in this match.
And he's so soft-spoken that you would have think he would explode at, let's say, how many blocks, how many attacks. But yeah, I mean, again, props to Letran. Coach Brian, great coaching. I mean, they had a good showing. 2 wins, no? 2 wins already for them, 2-1. So they're hoping at least to be able to secure a podium finish or at least have the chance to actually play for either 3 and 4 or 2-1. Look at the final numbers there. 16 attacks, but we did mention from start to finish, it was the errors of Maruichi that actually made it easy for Letran. Just 10 attacks, but that was enough for them to secure that set.
Right, and it might go down to the sets won, sets lost if Letran goes on to fight for that 1 or 2 spot. Our games continue on Monday, still here at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig. Signal will go up against Perpetual Quinto Tires for the first match, and then followed by Santa Elena Nationals and Maruichi Hyogo. And that does it for our coverage this Saturday morning. Thank you for joining us on behalf of our courtside reporter, Doreen Suay Baguio, my partner, Noreen Go. My name is Dip Dipianco, saying thank you for watching the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference Semifinals, where power meets passion.